Pantry, see how it is. I mean, I keep organizing, but as you see, this organizing stuff never ends. This is the state, and I really want to make it look good. So this is what I have right now, and I'm going to work on making it better and then share the tips with you all. Instead of tackling it as a whole in one day and getting tired, I just thought I'll do 10-15 minutes when I get time. So I have pretty much organized one section of it which I wanted to share. So what I've done is, instead of labeling this time, right, I know labels are what is recommended, but they haven't worked for me, because usually with Indian food we get lots of pulses, and it's in big packets, and then you don't want to just tie up that particular container for that specific pulse, and it's very easy to really see from clear containers what it is. So what I've done in this drawer is that I have put, initially when I get to buy it, I'm going to put it in these glass bottles which are behind, and then as the quantity gets reduced, I will probably shift it here, and then if it gets reduced, I'm going to put in this, and I have doubled this by adding this shelf. And I don't use lot of cans, so just 5 or 6 I have at any point, because I don't take much preservatives, which I put underneath that. So this is how it is coming along, and just one shelf organized, and I think I like it, and I like it without labels because it just is working for me, might work for me. And I still have space here. I think maybe I can get smaller glass containers and just try to see what I can put, but this is what I have done so far, and I'll continue working on the pantry. To tackle my pantry section one by one, I have completed few sections I want to share. I'm pleased with the results. I still have to work through remaining laundry, but this is how it looks, and I'm going to cover in detail. So I think I've covered this section where I put most of my pulses and other stuff. And what I really like this time is that I use these locker bins. And for example, on this shelf, I've put 2 locker bins. The left side has a label nuts. So advantage of this approach is I don't have to take out stuff when I buy from the store. I can just, put any sort of boxes there and just keep it easy. And I wanted to keep it small because I really don't want to spend too much time transferring, and I also don't want to use groceries for too long. So every week we get the nuts and we just put it there. I thought that might be a better way. And then on this side I have put more of a dried fruit like raisins and all the other things. And again, I'm just putting in original packing right now to save time. It's easy to just get this box out and do that. And if I have larger bottles of nuts, I've just put them in decorative things here. So this is how my rack looks here, and then above it I have the original one with pulses, and on the top rack I put the stuff which is not used that frequently, and I put a lot of dried seeds like quinoa and stuff like that. And then whenever I get some, so on the top I have put flowers that I use, and I have big containers. But sometimes you open some stuff and you have small packet left, and I don't want to just keep showing it or find another box. So I have just put various open flowers here, and I have just sealed it, so this way it hides the plastic packets, which I hate. And as soon as things are going to get done, I'm going to recycle it to the right box. And then here I've put this label of seeds, right? So we use quite a lot of seeds, and I had various packets like sesame and all. Some I have opened, some I have not opened. So I just stack them here right now, and most of it, this one will also be used, not that frequently. I don't think kids will grab and eat it, so I might be using it in some cooking or try to make some protein powder. So this is what I have done so far. So from the top you can see those flour and then some salt. I want to keep it, always make sure I see it because I can refill it. And then you can see seeds section and the open boxes which I have put in the locker bins kind of stuff. And these were all the pulses that I put at the various levels. And then I have the nuts and seeds. So I just want to make sure that everybody can access nuts and nuts and dried fruit, readily, so they get away from snacking other stuff which may not be as good for you. So after this, what I have done is I have another nice, so I have lot of dry spices that I use in the cooking, and I don't use them in daily cooking, but I put them handy in these glass bottles. And then small knickknacks I have, so many salt, pepper, different kind of powders, colors, food colors and stuff like that. You just don't know how to corral, so I just put all of them together here in one, like baking powder and stuff, salt, extra salt. So I have just corralled it here, and I know it is here. So all these, I know things come in smaller bottles, smaller packaging. I can just go and look for it in this cubby. And on the right hand side, I have put the spices which I use more frequently, like cinnamon and all. They are still in plastic, but pretty soon they will be gone out of plastic. And then the other things. So most of the dry spices I've tried to put it here. The ones with more quantity, like I have put in plastic right now, and sometimes I have put with the original packing in that bin, and then the real small ones I have put in original packing inside this bin, and then the other ones that I use are here in the glass bottle. So I have to see. So most of the spices I keep next to my stove where I cook. These are the ones that I don't use as frequently, so I would just come here and grab them as needed. And then this was the last section down here. I have this, I've stocked up these. This is a lot more taller, so I just wanted to use it, for keeping these cutlery and all the other stuff that I had. And on the right hand side, I'm using it as a fruit tray. I have this 3-tier plate system which I use for serving also. And when I get fresh fruits and vegetables, I don't feel like putting in the fridge, like tomatoes and all. They taste like, for a few days if you put them outside, they taste good. So I'm going to use that the right side to stock up some of the fresh vegetables and fruits which I can grab easy. So this is what I have done so far with one section. I still have rest of my pantry in the same state, and I'm working on it. As I said, that I am just taking time as it comes and trying to make it better, but I am pleased so far with this section, and I'm going to tackle the middle section and the right hand section soon and update the video. We're done with pantry organization, and here is how it looks. This is how I walk in. It's a walk-in pantry. The top section hasn't changed. I have all the flowers up there, then the dry masalas and the boxes with appropriate labels, and then I have these pulses organized with some cans, and then I have nuts, the various nuts on this shelf, and then I have few more dry spices, and then I have this caddy for all the stuff, and I have put my fruits and veggies there. This was one section. And then I had this middle rack which I used to overstuff, right? So I thought of putting my daily appliances. I don't like anything on my counters, so I put my rice cooker and the Instapot, and I've tried to use some space, I put some bottles of oil and all that I use behind, because I don't want to see that, and I use some of the side space to put daily cereals that we use. And then on this shelf I have again put 3 caddies, and I put labels here. Like first one is, for example, here it is for pasta, don't know if you can see, pasta, etc. And then we like to have a lot of Indian snacks with tea, so I put tea snacks here. And I've kept small bins so that we reduce the amount of these junk food that we get in our house and restrict to seeds and nuts. And the third one I have just put just the sandwich bags and other necessary items. And behind I have tried to put some bottles, the glass bottles, just in one section. It's pretty much hidden. So this is how this rack looks. And then bottom here I have just put some extra boxes that I have for some storage. And on the ground I have stacked up the big boxes of flour and rice, which we use frequently. So this is how it looks, the front and the center. And on the top rack of this, in between, I've stocked up extra groceries that I might need. And once I cleared up, I found that I have so much space. So I have another section here, and you can see it is empty. So I'm planning to keep it like that, because whenever my family brings groceries, I want them to just put it here if they don't go in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to just go ahead and put it in appropriate place. So I have 2 racks available now, and on the top I have put some, again, the stock of, you know, some snacks and nuts in those boxes. And then on this, so I have lots of, you know, bottles like vinegar and those kind of things, right? And the pickles, so I stacked up in these 2 odds and ends, and this third one with ketchup and stuff like that, right? So this is mostly those odds and ends bottles that I'm going to look. And I thought I could use this in between space for all the wraps. It just stacked, I'm able to stack them nicely here. So I thought I'll just try that approach. And then underneath I put plastic bags here. I know those can be organized better, but I think I can live with it for now. And then again, I wanted to use the vertical space, so I got these baskets, wired baskets, and I have put onions and potatoes, those kind of veggies here, and some veggies. Again, it helps me use the vertical space. And then next to it, I have kept this box for the bakery stuff that we get from the store, like for example bagel and all. And again, I kept a smaller box because I want just few things and then toss them out after that week. And then on the last shelf, I've put all of my mixers and grinders. So I put it here, and then all of the attachments I put in these boxes here, so that I don't get to see those ugly pieces. So this is how it looks from behind this particular shelf. This is how it is looking, and this is my entire pantry 360-degree view. And I hope that this cleanup and organization inspired you to clean and organize your space, because I get a lot of satisfaction doing that. I just feel like walking into pantry and I can actually sit here too. So I hope you are all inspired to make your living spaces better and beautiful. And none of this was expensive, it just needed some, you know, creativity, and that's about it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would be putting a lot of lifestyle videos frequently for your insight.